So we would like to talk about Venn diagram. Like I said in our previous class, I said we'll talk about what Venn diagram and we'll solve questions related to what to WAEC. Now, Venn diagram is just what representation of what of set with what with a diagram. So I will first explain some things. Now, this shows what universal set. This shows universal set, and let's say we have this A. So this shows that A is what is a subset of what of universal set. So now let's say we have this. Let's say we have this A, and here is shaded. So the shaded part is what? A complement. Like I explained, things that we can see in the universal set but cannot be found in what? In A. They are what? They are the shaded part. You can see that every part are shaded, but what? A is not shaded. So now let's talk about in twos. This A, this B. So the shaded part, that's what? That's A intersection B. Is the shaded part that we are what? That we are bringing out. So let's say this is A, this is B. So typically this is what? A union B. So let's say now this is what? Only A. This is, let's say this A, this B. This only, I call this thing only A. So that's what? A intersection B complement. That is, it has nothing to do with B. So this again, this A is B. So shading this. So this is what? Only B. So that's what? A complement intersection B. That is, if, for example, they are telling you that find only A. So this is it. Find only B. How many students offer only a Greek? So this is only a Greek. That's A. Do we understand? B. How many students offered only biology? So we can say it like that. So this is A, this is B. This is what? A intersection B complement. Are we together? So that's what? A union B complement, because this one, A union B complement. Are we together? So now, let me do this very well. this A, this B. So I will leave A intersection B only, not shaded. So here is not shaded. So this is what? A intersection B is not shaded. So this is what? The rest that are shaded are what? A intersection B complement. Are we together? So that's the difference between them. So now they are still in twos. Let's now take, for example, that they are what? That they are three. That they are three. So that they are three, that's what? Are we together? So if this place is shaded, this A, this B, this C, meaning A intersection B, intersection C is the shaded part. Are we together? So A, B, C. So this one is A union B union C. So those are what? Those are the shaded parts. Now we are just only doing this so that if question says otherwise, we can what? We can quickly understand what we want to what we want to do. So, and let's say is A is B. Let's see. Now, if we shade, so this is what? A union B union C or complement. Are we together? It has nothing to do with A, B, and C. Are we together? So now, is A, B, and C. So if I shade this, so this means that what? Only A and B. Are we together? That is A intersection B intersection C complement. That is C is not what? It's not a partaker. It's only A and B. If they said how many students offered only agric and biology, this will be it. Are we together? So how many students offer only agric and biology? That will be the what? Representation. This A, this B, this C. So now this is what? Only what? Only what? B and C. That's what? A complement, A complement, intersection B, intersection C. Are we together? So if it's the other way around, so that's what? A and C. So So this A, this B, this C. So if I shade this part, so meaning only what? Only A and C. So we can say how many students offered agric and chemistry only. So it will be just that. That's what A intersection B complement, because B is not even there. So intersection C. So that is only A and B, only A, only B and C, only A and C. Are we together now? So we're talking about so this A, B, C. So I'm shading both A and B. So together. So bringing them together. So that's what A union B union C complement. You can see C is not shaded at all, not even any drop was shaded. So we can move to the other one. A, B, and C. Are we together? So A is not shaded. A complement union B union C. So it's what? B and what? B and C. So A, B, C. So that's what A, you can see B is not shaded. So union B complement union what? Union C. So from there, we move to what? We move to solved examples. From there, we move to solved examples. Are we together? From there, we move to solved examples. So we move from smaller to bigger. Example 1. Example 1. In a class of 50, in a class of 50 students, in a class of 50 students, 35 offered chemistry, 35 offered chemistry, and 25 offered biology, and 25 offered biology. Okay, let's say and 20 offered biology. Find, okay, let's say this one, we can say this one is 25 actually. So in a class of 50 students, 25 offered chemistry and 20 offered biology. Find the number of students that offered both biology and what? And chemistry. So are we together? We said in a class of 50 students, 25 offered chemistry and 20 offered biology. Said find the number of students that offered both biology and what? And chemistry. So I said we will move from what? From a smaller one to what? To a bigger one. Solution. Biology and chemistry. Universal set is what? Is 50. So now the set biology is what? Is 25. Chemistry, the set is what? Is 20. Now represent A B intersection C. That's number of students that took both. Let's call it X. So here will be what? Here will be X. Are we together? Now, just like what I said, only biology here will be, to get only biology, we know that all the people that took biology are, so to get only biology will be what? 25, the whole of this 25 minus what? Minus this what? X. That's number of biology intersection C. So that's what? 25 minus X. Now, number of those that took only chemistry, and that's B prime intersection C, will be what? 20 minus X. Because they have nothing to do with what? People that took biology and chemistry. Now, if that is the case, if we sum up these three, it will be equals to what? Universal set. So universal set equals to number of people that took biology only plus number of people that took biology and chemistry is plus what? Number of people, are we together? Plus number of people. I said this one should be 35. Permit me. I just remember I don't want us to have a negative answer. So 35. So let's change this one to 35 or true. So are we together? So now, and this will be what? This will be number of only chemistry. That's biology complement. So that is what? 50 equals to, that's 35, 35 minus x plus what? Plus x plus 20 minus what? Minus x. This cancel this. Are we together? So this is 50 equals to 55 minus x. If x cross equality sign, let's rub this. If x cross equality sign to be what? X equals to 55 minus 50. So x equals to 5. So that's the main reason why I have to change this one to what? To 35. So that we will not get a negative answer. So 35. So are we together? So that is what? That is how to get what? So we're going to solve WAEC-based example. So this one is question 5, 2017. Question 5. It said out of 120 customers, in a shop, said 45 bought bags and shoes. It said if all customers bought either either bags or shoes, and 11 more customers, 11 more customers bought shoes more than bags. He said, A, show the Venn diagram. Said B, numbers of customers. Numbers of customers, calculate number of customers that bought shoe. So number 3, which is the last one, he said find the probability. You can see that probability is inside set, that a customer, find probability that a customer selected at random bought bags. So are we together? So from here, let's take it from here. Solution. So let's represent the Venn diagram, bags and shoes. So it's just 2 inputs, bags and shoes. So now they said we know that inverse set is what? Is 120. So inverse set is 120. So they said out of 120 in a shop, out of 120 customers in the shop, 45 bought bags and shoes. So here we have what? So number of bag intersection shoe, that's what? 45. Now explaining it further, that's if all customers bought either bags or shoes. They said and 11 more customers bought shoes than bag. Are we together? Meaning that if bought shoes than bag, if bag is X, shoes will be what? 11 plus X. Are we together? 11 more customers bought shoes than bags. That is number of what? Bag only. Intersection shoe prime will be what? Will be X. And number of what? Bag intersection shoe. Bag prime intersection shoe will be what? 11 plus X. So what we need to do is easily simplify there. He said we should show it on a Venn diagram. We've done that. That's A. So B, he said number of customers that bought shoe is what we are calculating. So adding these 3, equating it to what? To the universal set. So that's what? X plus 45 plus 11 plus X equals to what? 120. So that's what? 45 plus 11, that's 56. So 2x plus what? 56 equals to 120. So 2x equals to 120 minus 56. 2x equals to 120 minus 56. So we can just do that. This is 1, this is 4. 11 minus 6, that's what? That's 11 minus 5, that's 6. So that is what? 64. So that's what? That's 64. So from there, we what? From there, we can rub this. We can rub this to get So 2x equals to 64. Divide both side by 2. So x equals to what? 32. So number of those that bought bags is what? 32. So number of those that bought shoe will be what? That bought shoe now will be what? 11 plus x. So 11 plus 32, which makes it what? That's 43. So 43 bought what? 43 bought shoes. Are we together? Now, the question says that if find the probability that a customer selected at random bought bags. So probability is just what? Number of occurrence over what? Total number of what? Possible outcomes. Are we together? So C said probability of what? Of selecting bags. So now, what is the number of bags that we have? The number of bags that we have is 32. So that will be what? Number of bags is what? Number of bags is 32. Are we together? So, but what we are actually talking about here, so 32 plus what? 32, hey, 32 plus 45. So he didn't say that find number of people that bought both bags, that bought only bags. If only bag is selected at random, are we together? We know that 45 bought bags and shoes. Is still out, is still part of this. So this one is what? If I use 32 because x gave me 32, I'm wrong, because he said find the probability that when you selected at random, a customer selected at random bought what? Bought bags. Now, how many bags is here? 45 is what? Bags and shoes. Meaning 45 bought bags, 45 bought shoes. Are we together? Now, x, that is 32. X is 32, meaning 32 bought what? Bags only. Are we together? So for bags now, so for bags, for bags, I can say is what? 32 plus what? Plus 45, which is what? 77. So probability for bag will now be what? 77 over what? Over 120. Because 120 is what? Is the universal set. So number of what? Selected outcomes over what? Total number of possible outcomes. This is it. So then we can say is equals to 0.61, I think 6164 thereabout. If you punch your calculator, it will give you 0.661 something. So that is what? That is the end of the first question. So going forward, we are going to solve the next question. We are going to solve the next question. It's also a WAEC question 2021. It said in a class of 80 students, number 2, it said this is 2021 WAEC, in a class of 80 students, 3/4 study biology, 3/5 study physics. If each studies at least one of the subjects, A. Draw Venn diagram. B. How many students, how many study both subjects. And the last one, he said, find find the fraction of the class that study biology but not physics. So now, this is the question. Are we together? That in a class of 80 students, 3/4 study biology, 3/4 study biology, 3/5 studied physics. If each studies at least one of the subjects rather, he said we should draw Venn diagram. So here we are going to draw the Venn diagram. So in that set is what? 80 students. So 3/4 studied, let's say this is biology, this is what? Physics. Now 3/4 studied what? Biology. To get number of biology, let's say 3/4 times biology, that's 3/4 times 80, 4 year 1, 4 year 20. 3 times 20, that's 60 students study biology. So physics, so that's what? 3/5 times 80. So that's 5 year 1, 5 year 16. 3 times 16, that's 48. Now, they said we should find how many students that study both. This is 48. Let's say study both will be what? Will be X. Are we getting it now? So number of what? Biology intersection physics will be what? Will be X. So now here will be what? 60 minus X. Here will be 48 minus X. Then we can what? Sum all the three. This is 60 minus X, that's only biology. 48 minus X, that's what? Only physics. Then we what? We equate it to 80. Let's quickly solve that. So then we'll find the last fraction. So now I said we'll say 60 minus X plus what? Plus 48 minus X equal to what? Equal to 80. Minus X plus X cancel. This plus this, that's 108 minus X equals to 80. 108 equals to 80. 108 minus 80 equals to X. If we collect like terms. So this, that's what? X equals to what? 28. So number of those that study both, number of B intersection, biology intersection physics, that would be what? 28. Are we together? So now, he said, find the fraction of the class that study biology but not physics. Fraction of the class that study biology but not physics. That's, we have to say biology only. That's what that question says. So biology only. See, that's what? 60 number of biology but not physics. So that's what? 60 minus X, which is 60 minus 28. So 60 minus 28, that's what? That's 32. Are we together? So we now want to find the fraction. So that's what? The fraction will be what? So the fraction will be 32 over what? Over 80. So that's 8 here 4, 8 here 10. So 2 can still go 2 here, 2 here. So therefore 2 over 5 is a fraction that does only biology. So that is the end of what? Of the second question. So then we can now talk about one last question. We can talk about one very last question. And the question goes thus. So it says that in a roadworthiness test on 240 cars, 60% passed. The numbers that failed had fault in clutch, brakes, and what? Steering. Clutch only 28, clutch and steering 14, clutch, steering and brake 8, clutch and brake 20, brake and steering only 6. Numbers of cars with fault in steering only is twice number of cars with what? Fault in brake only. A, draw Venn diagram. B, how many cars had 1, faulty brake, 2, only 1 fault. Now, they said 60% what? Passed. But in this question, we are dealing with what? The percentage that what? That failed. So here, pass. So percentage that failed would be 100 minus percentage that pass. Are we together? So that's what? 100 minus 60. So that's what? 40% what? Failed. Are we together? If 40% failed, what is the number of cars that failed? That's what? Number of failed car will be what? 40 over 100 times what? 240. This cancel this cancel this. 4 times 24. So 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 20, that's 80. That's what? 96. So 96 cars failed. So we are dealing with what? 96 failed cars. Now, let's analyze this question. Now, it said 8 cars, clutch, steering, and brake. That's 8. Now, clutch only. That's what? 28. Now, clutch only, that's 28. Now, clutch and steering, that's what? 14. Clutch and steering, that's 14. If clutch and steering is 14, 14 minus 8 will be what? Will be 6. Because 6 plus 8 is what? Is 14. Now, that is done. Now, okay, this is done. Clutch and brake, 20. Clutch and brake is 20. If the whole of this place is 20 and this already took 8, so this place will be what? 12. Are we together? So 12 plus 8, that's what? That's 20. Then we say brake and steering only, that's 6. Brake and steering only. So we are done with that. Now, numbers of cars with faults in steering only is twice numbers of cars in brake only. So if numbers of cars in brake only is X, Numbers of cars in steering only is twice brake only. That's what? 2x. Then we are what? We are done with what we are what? We are representing. So it said how many cars? We are done with the Venn diagram. So how many cars had faulty brake? Then we need to find what? X first. We need to find brake only. Then how do we survive in finding what? Brake only. Then what we need to do is to what? To add everything, all these things, all these datas, add what? Fault. So we equate them to what? To 96 cars that are fault. So let's rub this. We equate them to 96 cars that are fault. Okay, so now this is what? So x plus what? Plus 12 plus 8. 6 is 2 there, plus 6 plus 6. So plus 28 plus 2x equals to what? 96. So that's the total number of failed vehicles or failed car. So x plus 2x, that's what? 3x. This is 20. 20 plus 12, that's 32. 32 plus 28, that's 60. Equals to 96. So 3x equals to 96 minus what? 60. So 3x equals to what? 3x equals to 36. Divide both sides by 3. So x equals to what? 12. X equals to 12. If x equals to 12, now numbers of brake only, numbers of faulty brake will be what? Brake only, brake and clutch and steering, plus what? Brake and what? And steering. Those are all the what? Faulty brakes. Will be what? X, which is 12 plus 12 plus 8 plus 6. So this 24 plus 6, that's 30 plus 8. That's what? 38. So 40 brakes are what? Are 38. So the last one says that what? We should find the number of only one fault. Those that have only one fault, only one single fault. That's what? 28 has only clutch fault. This 2x. X is what? 12 here. So steering has only what? 2 times 12, that's 24. So number of those that have only brake fault, that's 12. So number of only one fault. Only one fault. That's what? That's 12 plus 28 plus 24. So that's, this is what? This is 40. Are we together? This is 40 and this is 64. So that is the end of what? Of Venn diagram. So of sets theory. So please like, share, comment in all our videos so we'll know where to what? To adjust. So thank you so much. As you're liking, as you're sharing, as you're subscribing to our channel, may God bless you.